Welcome back to the show, everyone. It's 5:15 on what I hope to be a pretty Tuesday morning. Heading out to Fairbanks on Thursday, which I'm pretty excited about. Get on that 40-mile herd that has recovered to the point where there's a winter hunt and a quota. They're trying to cull the herd. So excited to take part in that. Looking mostly forward to some caribou sausage. I'm a big fan of caribou sausage. So the meat might not be in the best condition after the harsh winter. I'm kind of anticipating that being kind of jerky-ish, I would assume. So I think maybe I'm wrong. Maybe a long, harsh winter tenderizes and makes the caribou meat sweet and delicious and tender. I don't know. Really excited to get up there. It'll be a new experience. Kind of goes along with that. We know I've talked about multiple times about making the most of the opportunities that you have rather than complain about the ones that you don't or that you can't draw. So really excited to get up there and have that new experience and drive around on the snow machine. Should be good. What I'm also really excited about is the release of my book, A Miserable Paradise. It should be out next month, which is April. It'll be available for pre-order on Amazon if you have Kindle. So it'll be, if you pay for it, it'll just go right to your Kindle once it releases. Or you can buy the paperback. Either way, it's all good. I'll have some copies up in here in Ketchikan. So also on a website, amiserableparadise.com. If you check that out, you can order it from there. If you want to sign a copy, I can do that. So really excited for that. I was looking through reviews of other books that are kind of in the category just to kind of see. And it's interesting to see. I also looked in this forum for authors and just seeing people so upset with comments that people are making. I'm laughing right now, but I know when people, if people start to, if there's got to be someone out there who's going to hate the book and write some sort of terrible review, right? And that's going to be tough to take because you remember the negative, right, so much more than the positive, right? You just absolutely, the one bad thing that someone says, but especially when you're in a vulnerable state, it's like all of high school, if someone says something bad, you remember that, right? So as an author, if you write something and you put some time into something and then someone writes something that you don't like or just it sticks with you. So there's definitely that, much more so in a book than a column, I would think. But people were commenting about, or asking how you delete comments, like in this is an author's forum, and how do you delete comments because they were negative, and people were saying you can't, and then someone said, well, can you comment on it? Should you comment on a negative comment to explain to them what they missed out on? And then other people were saying absolutely not. And this is all typed out. I'm just looking at different questions that people had, like how do you delete comments? How do you all this stuff like that, and looking at people's responses, and I thought, man, that's. People are trying to you're this comment is bad. It looks bad. You get a 1 out of 5 stars, but you kind of had to know that you can't erase them, right? Right? I would assume that. There was another one that said someone had posted that the comment was wrong because the protagonist didn't make sense in her science fiction book or whatever. And she commented that, can I delete the comment because it's not true? The protagonist does make sense. And I was like, oh man, that's a key moment right there, because it doesn't matter if it makes sense to you, the writer. It has to make sense to the reader. Like that's what you're doing. This is the whole point of this. And that's a universal type thing. When you're telling stories either written or on a podcast or on video, the story's got to make sense. There has to be that continuity. It can't just be one of those you had to be there type experiences. What is the point of this? What is the takeaway? Why should anybody care about this? And that's such an important universal thing. And I felt kind of bad because if you read things yourself, sometimes you make the connections that other people don't, right? Or it makes total sense in your head, but then when you put the product out there, it doesn't make sense. So I got some people who've been beta readers for me, which has been great, that have type of people are going to say, hey, this doesn't make sense, or it's obviously different when you're writing nonfiction memoir rather than you're creating a plot, you're doing fiction, so like all these characters have to have texture to them. But the same thing does apply to nonfiction. There has to be some sort of point, some sort of, why and what people can take from this. And so in the book, I talk a lot less about individual, like everything happens for the most part outside while I'm on a trip, but it's less about, kind of that you had to be there type moment and more what's the takeaway? What's something that's a little bit bigger than this because no one else was there. And so it's hard to convey that story. If you just start using a whole bunch of adjectives and adverbs, you're describing stuff, but still it's going to be hard for someone to see it, and they're not going to see the story, understand the story on the same level as you are. And so how do you convey that? And what's the point? What's the bigger issue? What's the thing? So I've stayed away from screaming reels and those sort of descriptions that, like, why spend the words trying to explain the sound of a reel or some of those things. It just what's the bigger point?
After years of fine print contracts and getting ripped off by big wireless providers, if we've learned anything, it's that there's always a catch. So when I first heard that Mint Mobile offers premium wireless starting at just $15 a month, I thought, what's the catch? But after talking to them and using their service, it all made sense. There isn't one. Mint Mobile's secret sauce is that they're the first company to sell wireless service online only. They cut out the cost of retail stores and pass those sweet savings directly to you. For anyone who hates their phone bill, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. I was hesitant about having to get a new phone and a new phone number, but with Mint, you can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone and your same phone number along with all of your existing contacts. Mint Mobile gives you the best rate whether you're buying for one or for a family, and at Mint, families start at 2 lines. All plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and to get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/waypoint. That is mintmobile.com/waypoint. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/waypoint.
But I also try to do it without overanalyzing everything. I do tend to do that sometimes, but sometimes it's just a simple getting out, and that's the point, and just refreshing and reminding of that. So I don't want to be over analytical or make it too much. So I think there's some interesting questions in there that I pose that I rack my brain around a lot, and some of the readers that I have looking at it have said the same thing. These are some good things to think about, and I think being comfortable with not having answers is a huge thing. We're looking for answers. We're looking for people to tell us the way things should be, and I don't know. Like sometimes you just come up with more questions. The answer to this question is just another question. You have to be comfortable with the fact that you don't know everything. We're seeing that a lot and that's one of the things I'm teaching in my Fahrenheit 451 class, my science fiction lit class. Is we need one of the main characters in there, Faber, says that we need. He mentors Montag, who's a firefighter who used to burn books, who's now become enlightened, and he's had a moment of illumination, so he's becoming the protagonist. And this guy Faber says, we need quality of information, we need leisure to digest, and we need the right to be able to act upon things, or act upon the first two. So, quality information, and then opportunity to digest, right? And this digestion thing is something that's really important. You have this idea, and I'm thinking about it. And if I want to act on it, I can act on it if I choose. Right now, we're at a time where so many people want to digest things for us, tell us what to do, almost as if we're not smart enough to understand it ourselves, right? The old newscast or newspapers used to be just, hey, here's the story. There you go. Read it. Whatever you want to feel. Now we have increasing amount of news commentary because that sells more. So you see that like your news broadcast, like it's 24-hour news, and so much of that is news commentary where you can get a lot more conflict and you're going to get a lot more of those clips that can be shared. So it's just them digesting things for us. And then you go to the YouTube people, and the YouTube people digest things for us. And a lot of times people who are digesting things for us are getting us to do what they want us to do. So we become the sucker because we got sucked into this, and then they tell us then what to do, and it's not good. So digesting the information myself rather than someone on online, essentially saying that I'm too stupid to figure this out for myself, so I'll figure it out for you, and then this is what you should do about it, which is not good. So, and that goes with both sides, as we have seen that this is not something that is exclusive to one side of the aisle. But anyway, kind of a little sidetrack there. But so there are definitely some issues in the hunting and fishing and conservation world that I kind of go into a little bit, and it just kind of what about that? So really proud of it. Excited to get it out there next month. As I said, you can check out the mediocrealaskan.com. You can check out amiserableparadise.com for that's where you can buy the book, or you can get it on Amazon. You can go on Amazon and pre-order it in a couple weeks, or maybe a week. I don't know, not sure. And then it will be released mid-April is the goal. So mid-April release, pre-order in a week or two, and really excited about it. Excited to read it, get some feedback, see what people think, and of course hope to get a nice caribou. I can get up to 3, but that's a lot of extra baggage coming home. So just look for one nice caribou. Just make the shot. Hopefully they're in a spot where we can access them and have a great new experience. So, talk to you next time. Thanks for your support. Thanks for listening, and see ya.